Hello everyone, my name is Chaudhry Hamza Sharosari Gujar. I'm the student of Alpha Cross University. So I'm going to present the presentation of the subject 435. My topic is equality area of six, collaboration partnership with the families and communication communities. So here we go. So first of all, we're going to discuss the important thing. What is QA6 matters? So first of all, I'm going to tell you about the introduction rationals. So first of all, QA6 is a highlights relationships between the families, communities, and the ECEC services. Collaboration partnerships, which mean the shared respect and the trust and the decision making. Center to the children's belonging, learning, and well-being, which is linked to the EYLF partnerships and community contentless and NQS quality area 6 and educational leaders role, which means student, schooling, educator, leader, and other stuff, and the external support from the parents, families, and community. So the other now So, what are the key literature themes? What are the key literature themes? Which is number one is the rationals and dispute leadership. Number two, cultural responsive leaderships. Number three, challenge and identification. So, first of all, we're going to discuss about the first relation and dispute leaderships, share leaderships among educators and the families. Number two, the tandem bicycle model and educators and the families works together. Now we're going to discuss about the second point, the culture responsible leadership, which is going beyond tourism, build builds items and quality and innovations. And number three is a challenge and identity, which is like engagement, power, imbalance, times and language barriers. Now, what are the meeting QA6 standards? Now we're going to talk about the standards things. Standards are the 6.1 supportive relationships and with families, which include the welcoming environment and the two ways communication from the both sides, from the family and from the educators from the centers. Number two, the family participations in decision making. If we're going to take any kind of the decision regarding the children, so we're going to discuss and the families are doing the participation to taking that decision. Number three is the digital tools, which for example the story park, kinder pool for the outgoing for ongoing engagements. That's it. Now we're going to discuss about the element which is 6.1.3, shared decision, which is very important. So what is the shared decision, which is co-design or type program, family voice forms, and the regular family meetings and the feedback loops, which mean the families are involved to taking that decisions, which is what we get from the family voice forms or just like a regular Zoom meeting or physical meeting when the parents are come to drop their children or going to pick their children. So we like give having some feedback on the children or like a discussion on that. Now we're going to discuss about we're going to proceed with another side, which is exceeding quality QA6 standards. So we're going to discuss about that. So we're going to discuss the standard 6.2, collaborations, partnership with the community. So what is this? Like partnership with the local schools, libraries, and the health and the culture groups, which is going lead for the learning and well-being of the children, integration of the Aboriginal community through their elders, long-term collaborations, not one-off events. That mean that each children are supporting by sharing informations. Partnerships for sport children's assess and participation at that program. The service build our relationships and engagement with their communities. So now we're going to discuss about the leaderships in the exchange services, dispute and the relational leadership models, professional reflections, and the continually feedbacks. The continually feedback is much important in the well-being and the learning process of the child. If we're getting the feedback from their families, if the educator is giving the feedback, so we can going to improve more and more on the children that which portion the children need to work more, what things are missing, what things we need to put more, so the children can learn on that spot. So now we're going to discuss about the leadership models. Like leadership models play a very important roles in the child care centers, including the parents, educators, and Rodriguez and children. So dispute leadership, share responsibility and empowerment. Like if you're going to share the responsibility that this portion should be done from your home, that is the responsibility of the children. So that's work very much in the growth and well-being of the children. So second one is the regional leaderships, emotional connections and the trust, which play a very important role. Like emotional connection from their families and the educators, and the trust. These factors work on the trust. Like if there's a not trust between the family and the center, there's a no a well-being and a learning process of the children. That's play a very important role. And the third one is the transformational leadership. Inspire change through vision and reflection. So, what is the vision? Like, what is the vision of this learning? What is the vision of this well being? What is the vision and the learning of this process? So, after that, if we apply on that children, on the center, on the activity, so what we get the response? What is the conclusion? What is the reflection after putting that vision at that point? No, so now we're going to discuss about the number three, which is tender leaderships in empathy and the care as a leadership's value. The leadership values play a very important role in that, which is helping to get more and more about the child. So now we're going to discuss about the that challenges and the continuous improvement. Like if we're using any kind of the leadership strategies on the quality QA4 standards. So what are the challenges like educators are feeling about that? What are the challenges they are facing now? So first of all, we're going to talk about the challenges in the challenges in the practices. So first of all, the first is time constraints and workload pressure. Like lot of work pressures. It's very hard to manage the workload and the time constraints. Second is language and culture barriers. Like most of the time, there's a lot of children which belong from the different kind of the culture for the different kind of the region. So we need to consider that as a challenge. So it's very hard for the educators and the ECT teachers to put to improve that like every children get their own portion of the learning. So now we're going to talk about the third one, like a limited digital legacy among some families. And number four is unequal power, like many families seen as client. So first of all, never ever consider a family as a client. Because if you dealing a family as a client, so you going to put your effort as a client, not as a family. So first of all, we need to consider a family as a family member. We should encourage them that we also are the part of your family. We are also a part of your family member. So we're going to look after your children as a family member. So we if we giving some activities or do we, like we're looking after the children, we're looking as a family person, not as a educator or an ECT or like you are client, so we'll do like a client now. We're going to deal your children as a family member. So what is the continuously improvement strategies like? Which kind of the points we should be consider that should can be improved, that can be improved much more and more with the passage of the time. So first of all, it's a culture comes as and against communication. The culture. Hello. Sorry for that. My system just get a little bit wreck. So that is a culture and communication. Second is the using continuously improvement plan, which we call as CIP, to track family feedback. If we family is getting if we getting a feedback from the family in the form of the like a for like a feedback link or like a physical links or like a from suggestion boards, we need to consider that things in our in our teaching skills and the improvement things that we need should to consider this thing to get improve well manners in the long time. We should be consider like if the family is giving you feedback that okay, you guys need to consider like this thing, partial a thing in this activity. So we need to apply that a activity, a activity in the child activities. So now we talk about the third point, which is the reflectional sessions to the educators to challenge bias. So the sessions should be conducted for the educators for the improvement of the things. So responsible leadership also play a very important part of that. And partnership with the local organizations, local schools, local libraries, and the local community service to get a little bit improvement for that. That's mean the process, strategies, and commitments, and the performance. These are the four elements. If we use that, so we can improve our learning skills, or we can put more potential in the child for their good well-being and the learning process, doing the respect and learning the other children background, culture background, regional background. So that is the main thing. So now we talk about the conclusions we get after using these kind of these strategies, leaderships, and AQ6, and challenging and challenging and the part of the improvement, what we should consider and what we get the conclusion on that. Leadership is the foundation. Leadership is the foundation of QA6 success. If we're using the best and best leadership, because leadership get when the leadership person is getting feedback, and after getting the feedback he try to improve that partial part. So leadership is the foundation of the QA6 success. Collaboration, disputation, and the culture responsible leadership build belonging and trust. Like if he is going to respect the culture and learning the things, collaboration with the other communities, so that is part of the belonging and the trust. This is the main factor. The third one, continuity reflections ensures partnerships remains authentic and in solution. Like partners, that's not mean if you're having a partnership, no. The partnership mean reflection ensure the partnership remain on the trust factor and you're learning something and you're applying on the children's. And last but not least, the strong leaderships transformation engagement in the co-creation learning communities. That is a much main part. So we can learn how the things are changing, how the things get formed, how the leadership foundations, collaboration, reflections, and the strong leadership transformation engagement in the co-creation learning communities. So thank you guys. Part this is the end of the presentation. If you guys having any kind of the question, you can ask me via the mail from the WhatsApp group, or you can use a model to ask me any question, and I present my 100% thing in the presentation. If you guys need anything, you can ask Phil. Thank you. That's it. And for my side, I will see you next time when we're working in this occupation. And thanks you everyone. Bye. Bye for now.